family, my name's Phoebe and I'm from One Church in Dover, and I have the privilege of sharing this morning's devotional with you. I really briefly just want to share on a scripture that we find in Luke chapter 8, and it's about the woman with the issue of blood. And before we get to that part in Luke, we read of Jairus, who is pressing in through the crowds to try and get to Jesus after his daughter has become really unwell. And Jairus gets to Jesus and is desperate for him to come to his home to heal his daughter. And when we start here at verse 43, Jesus is making his way to go to Jairus' house, and we read this. In the crowd that day was a woman who had suffered greatly for 12 years from slow bleeding. Even though she had spent all that she had on healers, she was still suffering. Pressing in through the crowd, she came up behind Jesus and touched the hem of his garment. Instantly her bleeding stopped and she was healed. And verse 45 says, Jesus suddenly stopped and said to his disciples, "Someone touched me. Who was it?" While they all denied it, Peter pointed out, "Master, everyone is touching you, trying to get close to you. The crowds are so thick we can't walk through with all these people." Jesus replied, "Yes, but I felt power surge through me. Someone touched me to be healed, and they received their healing." And verse 47 says this, and it's absolutely beautiful. When the woman realised she couldn't hide any longer, she came and fell trembling at Jesus' feet. Before the entire crowd, she declared, "I was desperate to touch you, Jesus, for I knew if I could just touch even the fringe of your robe, I would be healed." And Jesus responds by saying this, "Beloved daughter, your faith in me has released your healing. You may go with peace." And what I just absolutely love about this story is that Jesus was already on his way with Jairus to go and heal Jairus' daughter. And Jesus stopped in his tracks for this woman who had been outcast and pushed aside because of her illness with the bleeding. And I just absolutely love the thought and the idea that Jesus is interested in just us, no matter what it is. I think there are times in life in desperation where we just want one touch from the King. We just want to reach out and touch the hem of his garment, just for that breakthrough moment and for that closeness to Jesus almost. And so, yeah, I'm just so encouraged by this story because Jesus was already on his way somewhere else. And in that moment, he stopped and called out this woman. He knew who touched his garment, he knew who it was, but he took this moment publicly to honour and call out this woman who had been pushed aside and cast down for absolutely years. It's just a beautiful thought as we start this morning that Jesus just wants us to reach out and touch the hem of his garment. He's already there waiting. And so I would just encourage you this morning that if there's healing or if there's a situation at work or your family situation, just reach out this morning and touch his garment, because there's this beautiful song that says, just one touch from the King changes everything. And I truly believe that. So as you start your morning, just be encouraged that Jesus stops in his tracks for you, just for you, and calls you out and honours you and blesses you. So yeah, just be encouraged as you start this morning. And if you have any questions, just feel free to send an email or a message, and somebody would absolutely love to talk to you. God bless you all.